We need to chant today. Okay. And we'll be ready to with beads chanting. Oh, listen. What session was? Hare Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our fourth session, final session. And I'll just, a lot of you are new, so I'll just explain now what we covered in the session 1, 2, 3. 4 sessions covering science of self-realization. That is the course. Okay, number 1, we discussed synthesis of science and spirituality. That is, we saw how now in modern days people separate science and religion. But if we have to understand God properly, why not use science? And then we saw how actually, for example, in Vedic culture, the Vedic knowledge system, God is presented scientifically. Religion, Veda, spirituality is presented scientifically. So there's no argument, there's no exclusivity of science and religion within the Vedic culture. Then second, we also looked at knowledge, how to acquire knowledge. There are different systems. Pratyaksha, Anuman, Shabda, which means getting knowledge through our senses, through our deduction, from that is called Anuman, Pratyaksha, then Anuman. Third is Shabda, authorized knowledge. Then we saw that nowadays the fashion is we get knowledge with science, which is okay, it's good. But we cannot get some knowledge with science. We said, for example, what is the nature of the intelligence? We cannot see it. What happens after death? What is consciousness? Science is based on pratyaksha, sense perception. What I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm observing, I'll document that. But some things cannot be obtained through this, through our senses. So for that we need knowledge beyond the senses. That is called adhyatma. Adhyatma means beyond atma, beyond the senses. Adhyat, atma, knowledge beyond the senses. So for that, we said we have to go through authorized knowledge, which we presented as the Vedas. Vedas are authorized, and if someone says no, it's not scientific, we shouldn't look at Vedas. So someone has to disprove that. That's not, Vedas are not scientific, or they are not bona fide, or they make error. Someone should show that. But actually, even now, Vedic systems of medical and astronomy are being practiced. There's no problem. They're 100% accurate. Only we have limitation. Then we looked at a topic called Who Am I? Where we discussed our eternal identity as a soul. What is the nature of the soul? Where is it located in the body? What happens after death? And how is it that, why are we in the body? Why are we not separate? So this knowledge of this, of who am I, soul, we said it's the most important, but we are not studying that. Someone may attain very high academic qualifications, but not be able to answer who he is. Then what's the point? Well, the first thing we should understand is who am I? And in Vedic knowledge system, that was first taught. Our identity, why we took birth, what is the goal of life. Third, which was yesterday, we discussed karma and reincarnation. Now, recently we had a long holiday, so many people traveled, and so it looks like they're not back. But we are putting it recording so that they can also take part. So, karma and reincarnation, we discussed in detail why we suffer, even though they're good people, why they suffer due to karma. What are the types of karma? And how karma reacts. In other words, we said that it happens after this birth. It does not happen in this birth, the next birth. reincarnation, Punarjanma. So about Punarjanma, we said that even now there's a lot of evidence and people who accept it out of Vedic culture, Hindus out of India. It's all over the different media channels. It has never been disproved, but the scientific community is very, very hesitating. They want to officially accept it. They're not even saying it's wrong or right. They're just not commenting because they don't know how to deal with it. Their system is based on senses, whereas our Vedic system, Vedic sciences are based on. It's called Avaroha Pantha, which means we read and accept the knowledge which is in the Veda. Some things will not experiment because we cannot experiment about soul and rebirth. Today we are discussing science of God. It's a big topic, discussing about creator, operator, destroyer. And again, we are saying science because science is explained of God is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, the Tattva, the knowledge, philosophy of Bhagavan. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, science. Again, explained, this is presented scientifically. So today we'll discuss these topics. Is there a God, first of all? Then our disconnection from God, God's plan to liberate us, reconnecting to God, known as yoga, and yuga cycle and yuga dharma. Okay, we begin. Is there a God? Is there a God? Because I'm speaking about God, but people may hesitate. No, there is no God. What are we discussing? Quite a few people now in the world who say this. We've been brought up to nowadays to see things scientifically. There's no problem with science, but the problem is that science now is atheistic. We'll go through our whole education system. No one will speak about God. How does rain happen? How does photosynthesis happen? How do give this to Premeshwar's phone call with surgeon? Looks like. So how does the sun rise? How does the sun work? They'll explain everything. No God, beginning to end. And so when we graduate, we are seeing the world without God. And then someone gives you a book about God, and they're thinking, what shall I do with this book? I don't know. How will this play a role in my life? So therefore, actually, the founder of ISKCON, he said that the education system previously in India was different. It was theistic. And therefore, people were very law-abiding, very, disciplined. And it's difficult to speak about now discipline and honesty when God is not there in the picture. Then why should I be honest? Why should I be nice? There's no order, there's no punishment, there's no one in charge. So now in this age, previously people accepted Vedas axiomatically. You know this word axiom? Axiom. In science, axiom means something you cannot question. 2 plus 2 is 4. Anyone have argument? No. 2 plus 2 is 4. You cannot argue. That is the axiom. So now, previously people accepted Vedas axiomatically. Yes, where is it written Veda? Then I'll accept. And now, they say, no, we want to see, write a paper, inference, put notes, prove it scientifically. So nowadays, reason and logic are applied. So that's okay. Prabhupada wrote his books with a lot of reason and logic to present God. Even before there was reason and logic, Nyaya, logic, was applied in Vedanta. That's mentioned. In Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse where Krishna says, this knowledge which I'm speaking to you, Rishi Bir Bahuda Gitam, has been explained by Rishis, Chando Vivide Pratak, in the Vedas, Chando Vivide Pratak, Brahma Sutra Padasheva, Hetumadvi Vinishchitai, which means the knowledge I'm telling you has been presented in Brahma Sutra, the Vedanta, with the reason and logic. It has been presented already. So there was reason and logic. But that was not used to challenge God and science and God. But now it is. That time it was within the scope of Vedic knowledge, but now it's challenging. So now we can use logic and reason to present God. So, but there's one thing we have to understand. We are limited personalities. Even if you say, no, I want to see, you're talking about soul, let me see. We cannot see. What will we, these eyes, what can we see? We cannot see corona. Could anyone see corona? So I'll say corona does not exist because I cannot see it. That's dangerous, isn't it? Or I cannot see an atom. You're talking about atom, I have not seen it. But actually, a lot of things we cannot see, we have to accept. Okay, like what I mentioned before also in the class, I'll ask you a question, okay? Can someone tell me, which country lies south of India? Okay, you said? Okay. Is it your first time? Okay, fine. So, he said Sri Lanka. Anyone has a different answer? Okay, I think it's okay. Now, I want to ask you a question. Are you sure? Yes, okay. So now, you see, we are sure, but we have not been there. Why? Because we, whoever taught us, we accepted them as an authority. You see? In this way, we have the whole map of the world, we accept it. We're not questioning it. We've been taught about atoms, about the capital of China. I still don't know if China is there. You know, have you been to China? You know, but we talk about it, it comes in the news, we accept it. In this way, most of our knowledge comes from external sources which we place a trust on. So similarly, if I speak about God and soul, to some extent someone can challenge, but to some extent they cannot, because we cannot see. We don't have that. So we simply have to accept Shabda and authority. Now we accepted some scientists as authorities, but some people accepted Vedas. Many times scientists were wrong. They wrote some completely different revision. Einstein, whatever is there, has been overturned by Einstein overturned Newton, but Einstein was overturned by Stephen Hawking. He completely put Stephen Hawking, after disproving Einstein, establishing a theory, after a few years he put another theory. He said, no, that's wrong. So this idea of wrong knowledge, it's not a new concept even in science. So now before going into the Vedic text, let's look at the topic of God through logic. Is there God or not? If you look around, there is such a great creation. The question is, who made it? How did it come? So they're saying that because of a Big Bang, isn't it? That's a prominent theory. That's a theory because no one was there. Whoever said it, they were not there to see. That's a theory. So because of the Big Bang. But let me tell you one thing. If I light a bomb here, you will not get order. You'll get destruction, isn't it? How are we now supposing that there is a perfect order of planets, gravity, plant life, all in harmony because of an explosion? That is a big far-fetched aim. Anyway, now let's look at this, for example, the sun globe. A very familiar thing, everyone knows about the sun. Sun is source of all heat and light and energy in this creation. It is placed at a strategic location. And scientists think that if the sun were to come nearer or further, life cannot be on this planet. Either will burn or will become too cold. It's at a perfect location. By chance, what is the probability that you big bomb exploded and then one chunk went there, became sun, this is Earth, and it's a perfect location. Wow. What is the odds? So how can we say that it was just by chance? Sun rises. I can tell you the time of sunrise tomorrow. I can Google it. It will be on time. I'll be late. I'll wake up late. I'll come late. Sun won't. We can predict 100 years ago when the sun was risen and 100 years from now. Everything is following a clockwork. It's not random. According to the Vedas, the sun is powered by fission of water molecules. It evaporates water from the whole creation, splits it, forms energy, and it continues like that. This is mentioned in the Vedas, Surya Siddhanta. So anyway, but we see sun is so powerful, radiating heat. Now people are saying sun is going to burn out, it's running out. Have you heard this? But it's not a fact. In the Vedas, it says it's not like that. It's going to go on. It's perfect. But what I mentioned about the placement of the sun and the functioning and it's coming on time, rising and setting is not by chance. Otherwise, why is it so perfect? It shows a high intelligence, whoever organized that. This is another concept now. Familiar thing, sun, you know, now water. Has anyone heard of anomalous expansion of water? We might have studied that. Look on the left of this diagram. What happens when it's hot? Generally, hot water becomes less dense, expands, goes up like this. Cold water is dense, comes down. Okay, so now, but this is fine. Now, if you're cooling water, 8 degrees, 7, 6, 5, what will happen in winter? It gets more dense. Then it will fall down. And in this way, it will be like this 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. But some strange thing happens that when water reaches 4 degrees, it doesn't contract. Instead, it expands. That is anomaly, that's strange behavior because it's showing one behavior, all temperatures till 4 degrees. Now, when that happens, it expands, it becomes lighter. When it's lighter, it goes up. And therefore, this is what happens. If a lake has to be frozen, it will not happen. Only the top layer will freeze because it reaches 4 degrees. If it goes 3, 2, 1, that will become lighter, it will go up. Until you have the coldest temperature, highest, 0. So it will form ice. But bottom will not get ice. In this way, living entities will live. It will never freeze. The whole lake will never freeze. And because ice doesn't conduct heat nicely, it will keep everything warm. There are people who build houses from ice, Eskimos. It's quite warm. So how can we say this is by chance? How is it? It is the perfect brain behind this creation. Okay, in this way life goes on. It's a perfect intelligence who designed it. Okay, now that's in my opinion. What about scientists? Famous scientists previously, even now, there were many of them were accepting God. I'm going to show you some quotes. This is all from internet. You'll see it. It's not this is Kepler. Have you heard of Kepler? Kepler was an astronomer, and he says, God is great. Great is his power. Infinite his wisdom. Praise him. Heaven and earth, sun and moon, stars in your own language. My Lord and my Creator, I would like to proclaim the magnificence of your works to men to the extent that my limited intelligence can understand. Scientist, Kepler. Astronomer. Next. Copernicus. Proponent of heliocentric model of the universe. Astronomer. Who could live in close contact with the most consummate order and divine wisdom and not feel drawn to the loftiest aspirations? In other words, he's saying, who can live in this world and not glorify how great it is? Who could not adore the architect of all these things? The architect, he's talking about the person who made this world. Who cannot praise him? What is such a great creation? Okay, just a few of these famous people. Newton. Has anyone ever told you these quotes? He's the founder of classical theoretical physics. What we know is a drop. What do we not know is a vast ocean. The admirable arrangement and harmony of the universe could only have come from the plan of an omniscient and omnipotent being. Darwin. I have never denied the existence of God. I think the theory of evolution is fully compatible with faith in God. I think the greatest argument for existence of God is the impossibility of demonstrating and understanding the immense universe, sublime, above all measure, and man with the result of chance. He's saying that the argument for existence of God is just you see the universe, how great it is, and see the human creation. Einstein. Everyone who is seriously committed to the cultivation of science becomes convinced in all the laws of the universe is manifest a spirit of vastly superior to man, and which we, with our powers, must feel humble. A real scientist will come to God. Really, if we are investigating science and looking for the truth, then we'll come to God. But sometimes we don't want to. We want to hide, or we don't want to surrender to God. So then we'll pretend science, science, I won't see God. But actually, a real scientist will come to a conclusion that there's a God. All the famous scientists accepted God. But we small scientists are questioning, is there God? The greatest one, they've already accepted. So as I said, actually, if we practice science properly, we'll come to God only. It does not mean that to be scientist means to deny God. That is not a normal thing. Now let's look at a definition of God. We are still on topic, is there God? So definition of God is given in Vishnu Purana. This is the shloka. It's by Parashara Muni. Who can tell me who is Parashara Muni? No? You don't know. You know who is Vyasadev? Yeah. He's the father of Vyas. He was also Muni, great personality. So he says in this shloka in Vishnu Purana 6:547 that who is God? He has full wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. These are the 6 opulences of Supreme. Full means, yeah, it says that Samagrasya, the first line, means full. You see, you might find someone who has wealth, but you cannot say he has all the wealth. You might find someone who has strength, but someone who has all the strength, very powerful, you cannot say. Most famous, most beautiful. The beauty of God is so much, so beautiful. No one can overtake that. Knowledge of God, renunciation. So he analyzed. If you look at every being in this creation, and you find a person who has all 6 complete and full, that is God. So Parashara Muni, he did that. And he came to conclusion that Krishna is supreme. There are different personalities who we respect and we honor, but he said that Param Tattva, the supreme truth, he analyzed, Parashara Muni analyzed him as Krishna. So there are different ideas. Some say there are many gods, some say we are God, some said everything is God. Different ideas. Okay, but a proper study of the Vedas explain everything in detail. In the Veda, there's a verse, Eko Brahma, Dvitiya na asti. Brahma, the Supreme is one. Eko Brahma, Dvitiya na asti. They cannot be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, everyone is honored. They are beings, devatas, who are great personalities in their right. But just like in a company, you have many managers, but you have one general manager or CEO. In a cricket match, you see everyone is there, but there'll be a captain. In a government, there'll be many ministers, but there'll be a prime minister. We may not know who it is, but the principle is that there is one supreme, and then under them, everyone functions. So, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranas explain that Krishna is maintainer of the eternal religion. That is in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, text 18. From Shashvat Dharma Gopta, you are the maintainer of the Sanatan Dharma. And therefore he says in Gita that whenever the Sanatan Dharma declines, I will come. Who can say that? Go. Whenever there is decline in Dharma, I will appear. Who will say it? Say it. Yeah, say it. Yes, correct. Yeah. Abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajami. Very good. So there Krishna says specifically that he is maintainer of religion. When it declines, he comes. He comes when he may send someone or he will do something. So now in Bhagavad Gita, that is accepted, and Bhagavatam. Let's look at some verses in shlokas around the Vedas. This is one in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Bhagavad Gita explained in this shloka. In 1519, Krishna saying, whoever knows me as Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yomam evam asumro janati purushottama. Without doubting, asamudha, without doubt, is the knower of everything. Sasarvavit means if you can understand God, you understand everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service. Who will realize he will practice bhakti with dhrit, determination. But the point is to understand, that is required, to understand by reading, understanding. So this is in Bhagavad Gita. Now there is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is known as the topmost Purana. Bhagavatam says Sarva Vedanta Saram. And then these are shlokas saying Bhagavatam is great. Bhasham Brahma Sutrana is a commentary on Vedanta. This is written by Vyas. So Vyas, when he wrote Bhagavatam, it is known as Nigama Kalpataro Galitam. That out of all the Vedas, this is the fruit, this is the highest of the Vedas. And he said, Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Kritya Kim Vapare. There is no, if you read Bhagavatam, there is no need to read anything else because it is Sarva Vedanta Sar, essence of Veda. Okay, there, Vyas before writing, he writes, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is proclaiming that I worship Vasudeva. Vasudeva is the name of Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Vyas, who wrote all the Shastra, he's saying this. Now in Yajurveda there's explained Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. The son of Devaki is the supreme Brahman. Brahma is the first created being. He created, but he was empowered by Vishnu to create. So from him came the language, and then the Vedas came, but then the Vedas were given to him by Krishna. So Lord Brahma prays in Brahma Samhita, Ishwar Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vignam, Anadi Adi, Govinda, Sarvakaraka. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, spiritual, blissful body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin. He is the prime cause of all causes. Everything came from him. Now you'll say, but where did he come from? He says, Anadi. He has no origin. He was always there. There's no creation. This is given in Padma Purana. Lord Shiva speaking to Parvati. Lord Shiva told Goddess Surga, my dear Devi, although the Vedas mention worship of Devatas, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost and is ultimately recommended. However, above worship of Lord Vishnu is rendering of service to Vaishnava, who are related to Lord Vishnu. He said worship of Vishnu or those who are devotees of Vishnu. This is Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadyanam Samarchan. So different verses explaining by different personalities. Of course, many verses are there. But actually, nowadays, people don't read Shastra. This is one issue. Whereas in other different religious systems, people are reading, so they understand. But we are not reading. So a lot of misconceptions are there. So anything anyone mentions in Sanatana Dharma, actually they should quote Shastra. Then we can accept. Which is a normal thing in any religion. Okay, now the topic is our disconnection from God. You see, we are saying there's a supreme God. Why am I not with God? Why am I here? And why am I looking for God? Why don't I know about God? This is the topic. We should know this. Okay? Vedas explain that we are souls, Atma, and that we are coming from a supreme spiritual personality, Krishna. Vedas also explain, we are going to look at the shloka, that all of us, before we were there with God in Vaikuntha, but we did not want to serve Him. We thought, I want to serve myself. Because of this, we fell to this material world. In Goloka, in spiritual world, it's known as Vaikuntha. What is the meaning of Vaikuntha? You know, this is a Sanskrit word. Does anyone know what is Kuntam? Kunta means sadness, suffering, correct. Vai in the Sanskrit. Vai means no. Vaikuntha means place of no sadness, no suffering. It's a very happy place. There is no birth, no death, no disease. Three things which are following us: birth, death, disease, old age. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyagi. This is nature of material world, not in Vaikuntha. So those who study Veda and realize, they endeavor to return them. Otherwise, we here, as explained in the previous session, we are taking birth and death repeatedly. We showed a video showing how people are, someone in the West area are remembering past lives, accurately explaining their home, the mother, father, then they go there and check it's true. They are not Hindus, they are not Indians. So this rebirth is a fact, scientific fact. It's not a belief that, oh, I'm not a Hindu, I don't believe it. But it's scientific fact that everyone is taking birth again and again. So to come out of that cycle and to go back to where we came, this was the purpose of the Vedas and of religion. Actually, we are Sat Chit Anand. Have you heard these words before? Sat Chit Anand. It means we have full knowledge. Chit and Sat means we are eternal. We're not supposed to undergo birth and death. Some people think birth and death is natural. Why are you afraid? It's natural. Some of you, there's a place that side, and please can you move forward? More people are coming. They have to be able to sit. Yeah. Can you move in front a little? Just move in front. Okay. We are undergoing birth and death. But Shastra Vedas explain we are not supposed to. It's not a normal thing. We are Atma. Atma has no birth and death. Na jayate mriyate. But why are we undergoing birth and death? Well, that is a topic now we are discussing. Some people say death is natural. Now, if it's natural, why are you avoiding it? If you become sick, don't take medicine. We don't want to die, isn't it? Or if there's a war, everyone will leave that country. No one wants to die. Why? Because it's not natural. It's something which is we don't want. Actually, we're not supposed to undergo death and birth, but we have become affected by this material world, material energy. In Goloka, it's explained that we are taking part in Leela of Krishna. Actually, simply if I explain you, we are serving God, Krishna. And then that is another very big topic. So we are engaged and in Krishna, in his Leela. And daily there are different pastimes, Leelas. And why are we existing? We expanded from God just so that he can enjoy more happiness. If you want to enjoy it, you call your friends, let's meet, let's go out and eat, let's go here, let's go there, isn't it? So it is Eko Bahusyam. Veda says Eko Bahusyam. He was one, he expanded into many jivas so that they can all take part in Leela. And we can see. Okay, so we have one book called Krishna. Krishna book, you can hold one of the copies there. There's a book, okay, this book called Krishna, I just bring it in front. I'm just speaking briefly, but we have this book. This book explained all of the Krishna Leela as given. This is called Nitya Leela because it takes place continuously, it does not stop. And we were in that. Now, all of this sound to you something very new and strange. Actually, we should be taught this in school, now we are not. But this is all in the Shastra, in the Vedas. And I'm giving you answers of where we came, why we came here, and what is our original position. Okay, so we did not want to be with Krishna in the Leela. So then what it said, Krishna says, okay, come here to this world. In this world, arrangement is made for you to do what you want, separate from God. Now we cannot see God, no one knows God, he's away. This is the purpose of this world. Those who wanted to live separate from God, okay, come, but actually we are not happy. People are suffering, people are looking for happiness, and we make a big plan to get this happiness. Sometimes people are studying 25 years to get a job so we can get money. So with the money we can have fun. We can go and play golf. We can go mountain climbing. And we can go paragliding. But somehow people are not happy. They're still looking for that happiness. So anyway, now I will mention to you about the Upanishad explaining that we fell from Vaikuntha. This is one shloka. Okay, so here it says, Shrinvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putra. All of you in this creation, all of you, Amritasya, the one who does not die. How do you say death in Sanskrit? In Hindi? Mrityu. And one who does not die? Amar. Okay, actually Sanskrit is Mrit, and Amrit means not dying. So Amritasya means one who does not die, immortal in English. Shrinvantu, listen to me, all you immortal sons, Putra. Putra means you sons of the immortal person who does not die. That is Bhagavan, Krishna, Vishnu, same personality, Krishna, Vishnu. Avatars, Ram, Narasimha. So, Aye Dhamani Divyani Tashtuhu. This means you who are situated in the Divya Dham. Divya Dham means Vaikuntha. So even the structure of Vaikuntha is given in Shastra. Just like we have atlas, geography, they tell you structure of the universe, but they can never tell you structure of Vaikuntha. Actually, they cannot tell you structure of the universe, whole universe. But the Shastra explains there are 14 planetary systems full of planets. And beyond that, there's a spiritual sky called Vaikuntha. Bottom right is material world. It's only one small area. The rest is spiritual. In the spiritual area, there are many planets, and that is the majority of the creation. There is no birth and death, and we are from them. We are not supposed to be undergoing birth and death, but because we wanted to go away from God, we took birth here. Now we are undergoing birth and death, and trying to enjoy it. So we are actually in a really bad position because all of us have to die. Death is not a good thing. Then we may get hurt, we may get old age. So somebody intelligent will begin to question that why am I here? Why am I dying? And for those who question, this knowledge is presented. It's not for everyone because some don't want. They still have plan, big plan for this material world to enjoy. So how are we going to come out of this suffering? Those who begin to question, guidance is given how to come out. But how will it be? Because at the present moment, I'm disconnected from God, isn't it? And even if He speaks, I cannot hear. That's because we lost our spiritual nature. We came to this material world. But we understand that there is a system. Just 1 second. Yeah. There's a system. Krishna helps conditioned souls, those who are trapped in this world, and they want to come out. They want to come out of the cycle of birth and death. They want to stop suffering. We cannot stop suffering until we go back to our original Vastavik Sthit, our original constitutional position. Sometimes we travel, we go to one place, another city, another place, or within the city we drive here and there, we're very disturbed. When we come home, we are peaceful, isn't it? I came back. Wear something comfortable, just sit on the chair, put on the fan, then we're very comfortable. You cannot relax outside. Similarly, if you want to be happy, we have to go back. We cannot say we'll be happy here because this is a material world, but I am spiritual. I'm not meant to die, but death is post. I don't have knowledge. I'm seeking knowledge, but we cannot get knowledge. Anand, the third one, happiness. Actually, we are all meant to be happy by nature. But as we came into this material world, in the material world, there's no happiness because it's material, it's not spiritual. Satchidanand is a feature of spirit, not matter. Now, what are we doing? Our whole material existence is how to get happiness, how to get knowledge, and how to be. For that happiness, many people spend whole life searching in different ways, change the hobby, change the job, change the country, changing, looking for that happiness. Some people live in north, they say we'll come south, we look for happiness. They get a job here, study. Others are south, they'll go north. Others say we'll go to Middle East. I hear a lot of money is there, a lot of happiness. They'll go there. But other people are there, they say, no, we're not happy. Let's come back to India, we'll be happy. Build a house with the money. They're not happy. Then children are born saying, my family is not happy. They went here, there. I'll go to America, get a green card. They'll go. They're not happy there. Then they'll shift to Australia. Like this, people are shifting. But that happiness will come when we go back to our spiritual nature, when we understand God. So, for those who begin to question and want to come back, there are three ways. There are three ways to get this happiness, to come back to our true position, to our spiritual nature, to come out of this bondage of Maya. Okay, so three ways are given. This is a quote from one of our modern day scholars, Vedic scholars, Srila Prabhupada. He quoted, and he's taken everything from the Shastra itself. Being forgetful of his real position, conditioned soul may take help from Shastra and Guru and Paramatma, super soul within the heart. Krishna is situated in everyone as super soul, Paramatma. All of us have Atma, we are Atma, and there is Paramatma, super soul. As the Shaktiveshavatar, as Vyasadeva, Krishna teaches conditioned soul through Vedic literature. Actually, Vyasadeva was empowered by Krishna to write the Vedas. He was not a normal person like us. He was known as Shakti Avesha, which means empowered. So he was, Krishna giving that Shakti that you write all the Vedas down and spread them. Therefore, the topmost knowledge of this world, of science, of God, of soul, is in the Vedas. So then Krishna externally appears as the spiritual master and trains conditioned soul to come to Krishna consciousness. Not only Krishna empowered Vyas to put everything in Shastra so we can read, just like we saw here, Bhagavad Gita. It contains topmost knowledge, and we can read it and get that knowledge. But it says also the Guru. There's a system, not that anybody is a guru. Nowadays, anybody is using that word, guru, I'm guru, this guru, that guru. I'm this Baba, yogi, this and that. But there's a system. They have to follow parampara, they have to follow shastra, how to take diksha, how to identify guru. You have to take guidance. Who will be cheated? So the guru is actually a manifestation of Krishna if we do it properly. Sakshat Hari Tvena Samasta Shastre. Sakshat Hari, that the Guru is directly, Krishna is acting through the Guru. Therefore, when Guru says something, you will understand Krishna is speaking, if it's done properly, because many people are cheated. So, second way, Krishna communicates through Shastra. In Shastra, we get knowledge. Second, by Guru. And third way is given, that when his original Krishna consciousness is revived, conditioned soul is delivered. In the beginning, it says that we may take help from the super soul within the heart, the second line. So these are three ways that if someone wants to realize God, come back to his original position, he has to study Shastra. Now, Shastra today for us is Bhagavad Gita. There are many Vedas written, but we don't know where they are, and if you get there also, you don't understand. But for Kali Yuga, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Acharyas have said this is the principal Shastra for us. So, Shastra, then Guru, the last on the right, he will guide you. Third is Paramatma. But Paramatma now, even if he talks, we cannot hear. We are not pure. When we become purified, directly he will speak. Now, why can't we hear the Paramatma? Because we have our own plans and so many plans. So it's like if I'm speaking to you and a loud sound comes, you'll not hear me, isn't it? So the volume of our so many plans is that Krishna cannot speak. But when we become pure directly. So these are three ways given in the system of Veda, how someone can come back to his spiritual nature. Anybody, you don't have to be some, like we are brahmachari, sannyasi. Anybody can practice and get perfection if they follow the system through Paramatma, Shastra, and Guru. Okay, this is the purpose. Now, actually, we are suffering here. Sometimes we may think, I want to go back to Krishna. Actually, Krishna wants us to come back because he is seeing we are suffering here. He sent so many acharyas, he sent the Veda, but people are not reading or coming through that. Now, here, the Veda itself explains why we are here, why we are suffering, and how to come back. Now, some say, if there's a God, why is He allowing us to suffer? Why is He not doing anything? People are suffering. They don't have food. They're in war. They're being slaughtered like that. Which means they didn't reach Shastra. They don't understand that in Bhagavad Gita it's written, Purusha sukha dukkana bhoktita hetur karana muchyate. The suffering or enjoyment of the jiva is his own doing. Don't blame God. We make some bad decision before we are suffering. Just like someone in jail, oh, why is the government punishing me? Why am I being punished? I don't understand. These people are eating, they're giving me this food every day. I can't even choose my clothes. I want to go out, they're stopping me. Why? You did something wrong. You came to jail. You had to ask why you did that wrong. So Bhagavad Gita explained, we cannot blame God. We are suffering due to reaction of our mistakes. And we want to end the suffering. To end the suffering, many times Krishna is sending Acharya, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarg. You may not know these names. That is the situation today. But sadhus have been sent, acharyas have been sent to give us knowledge, to wake us up, and Shastra is there. But because people did not take it, they had a different plan. That's up to them because there's no force. There's place in front, someone wants to sit. Please move in front. More people are coming. They'll not be able to sit on the mat. Come in front a little more. Yeah. So, my point is, finally, when we see suffering, all these things in the world, we cannot blame God. We cannot say. And if we do, it means we don't have the knowledge. Just like the prisoner who's blaming the government. Why did government make this prison? Why am I suffering? That's the situation. And you may say, okay, this is, if so we are saying Krishna is God. Why is someone born in an Amazon jungle? He doesn't know Krishna. How will he be saved? Someone is born in an Eskimo. He'll not know about Krishna. Okay, now he's born like that. But that is not the first birth. Everyone gets a chance. But then the more we desire that I don't want anything to do with religion, I don't want Veda, I don't want Krishna, I want to enjoy. Okay, you'll be born somewhere, there'll be no Veda, no religion, nothing you can enjoy. No, because what we want, we get that. There's no force. So what we want, we get that. Okay, and then another thing, someone may say that, okay, I want to be saved and I will come to Krishna when he calls me. Okay, he came, he sent the Veda, he sent so many people, and the books and the knowledge is there. Personally, we want to be called. That is, it's not possible that every single, Krishna will, at a certain time, all of us had a chance. There would have been a chance. Even our first coming to this material world, according to Shastra, we all took birth as Brahma. Then we came down, different species, PT4 like. Okay, now, how to get the mercy? Someone may say, give me mercy, I want to come back, Krishna, give me. Actually, mercy is there, but we have to now take it and apply. Just like somebody stuck in a ditch, in a hole. I want to come up. Someone is lowering the rope. Okay, here's the rope, take it. Please save me. Yeah, save you. I sent the rope, now pick it. Save me, help me. I'm helping you. I gave the rope, now pull it. So now save means you take the book, open, read Bhagavad Gita, attend the classes, understand philosophy, take up a process, clear the doubts. This is the saved, how to be saved. Everything's been given. It's for us to take it. The rope has been lowered, we have to grab it and come on. So the mercy has come. So now we have been disconnected from God. We are talking about reconnecting. Why am I using this word? You will see. We have to reconnect to God. In one way, we can never disconnect, but the connection is not visible. We can never be disconnected. Bhagavad Gita explains. Mama evangsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. The living entities in this world are eternally connected. But it's like we are not perceiving God. That we have to perceive. So reconnect to God. Actually, this is the purpose of human life. What is the goal of life? To reconnect to God. Human life, not dog. Dog life has, Shastra explains, some of you were here, some are not, when I mentioned this. 4 things are common between man and animal. It says in Hitopadesh, Veda, Ahara, Bhaya, Nidra, Maithunya. Eating, sleeping, sex, and defense is common in humans and animals. Ahara, Bhaya, Nidra, Maithunya, Samanyam, Hite, Tad, Pashubir, Narana. In humans and animals, this is the same. But Dharmo Hitesham Adhiko Visheshu. What is special about humans? They can question their existence and become liberated. But animal cannot. They're not given that intelligence. So Hitopadhyaya said, Dharmena hina pashubi saman. But if the humans don't take a spiritual path and simply look at these 4 things, eating, sleeping, sex, and defense, then it says they did not come to human level, they're animal level. Because they're not doing what humans should do. But the Shastra explains what humans should do. They should inquire into the absolute. The purpose of human life. Why do I have 2 hands? To hold books. Why do I have a big brain compared to, say, a chimpanzee, snake, other animals? They don't have a brain like we can make a house and plan our life and stop our suffering, keep food for tomorrow, make a fridge, whatever. Why are we given high intelligence? Because we have higher responsibility. If you go to an office in a company, everyone has a different office, isn't it? Who has the biggest office? Who has the biggest office? CEO, manager. Why? Higher responsibility. He has to do much more. Why are we given this? And we are misusing. So anyway, the purpose of life is mentioned in the Shastra. I didn't want to put too many shlokas. I'm just explaining. It is given that jiva sa tattva jigyasa. The purpose of the jiva is tattva jigyasa. Inquire into absolute. You have to question, why was I born? Why am I suffering? Why is there death? How can I come out of suffering? This has to be our purpose. Okay, this is the goal of life. If you didn't know, I suppose that's another thing we're not taught in the school. What is the goal of life? Why we are born? So previously, everyone knew this. If you go back 100, 200 years, here in this land, people came from all over the world to study. There are records of China and Greece. What did they come to study? This. This is the wealth of India. The British used a very intelligent trick that they removed Sanskrit from our society so that we cannot understand the Veda. Everything is written. Sanskrit was widely spoken. Someone could travel from north, south India to north. Like, for example, Ramanujacharya, he was here in Tamil Nadu. He went all the way to Kashmir to get the Vedanta to comment. We're communicating freely. Sanskrit was spoken everywhere. Not anymore. So now, previously everyone knew this, what is the goal of life, and they practiced, but now it's not there. So we said that if we want to come back, Krishna gives three ways by which we can connect. Okay, what are they? 1, Shastra, next one, Guru, third, Paramatma. 3 ways by which we can reconnect. So we should use that. Now, we have a word called religion. Now, this word people are afraid. Why? One thing is people leads to conflict. Keep it out of the school, keep it out of the office, keep it out of government because people are fighting. Actually, if you say religion causes war, if you look how many people died in this universe, more died from atheism. Stalin killed so many. Hitler, these world wars, they were not religious people. They killed more people. Misuse of religion or misunderstanding, that's a different issue. So now religion, now as I said even before in the sessions, by looking at the word, we can understand the purpose properly. What does religion mean? It comes from Latin. I looked at reincarnation yesterday. Reincarnation, re-in-karna. Karna means carnivore, meat eater. Karna means meat, flesh. Reincarna means again in the flesh. Latin people had a word for reincarnation. They accepted it. And again enter the flesh, means the jiva, soul, again entering a body. Now, religion has a word. And there are many sources, but I found this in just by checking internet because I knew, but I was looking for good sources. So there is in Patna University online, one paper was written. There it says, religion is derived from Latin word religare. Religare means to bind or tie or connect. Connect. So religare comes from the word, religion comes from religare. Connect to what? To what? To God. Religion means we have to reconnect to God. Connection. The idea is that us, Jiva, has to connect to God again. We disconnected. And when we are not connected, Ishopanishad, have you heard this Om Purnam Madah Purnam? Some of you are nodding. You heard this shloka. This is in every yajna they'll chant. Om Purnam Madah Purnam Purnat Purnam Dachyate Punasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. This is a shloka in Isha Upanishad. It is saying Supreme is perfect and complete, Purnam. Everything coming from him is perfect and complete. But when that complete unit disconnects, he will not be perfect. We have no birth and death. We are meant to be happy. We are meant to have full knowledge. But we disconnected from God. Now we don't have happiness. We don't have knowledge. We are seeking that. All we have to do is come back to our position connected to God, to Krishna. So this is religion. Purpose of religion is to connect to God. Some religious system, they'll say things like, don't steal, don't cheat. That is also religion, but that is not the, we have to come to the essence. The main principle of religion is to know God. We're not taking names, but the religion which can give full knowledge of God and His abode, and that is supposed to be very high. Okay, so to bind. Now another word, yoga. Yoga is the same as religion. What is yoga? Yoga means connection, connected, or together. Yoga, viyog, disconnected. What is the purpose of yoga? To connect us to God. What is the foremost book of yoga? I suppose you would not have read it, so who can say? Which book explains theory of yoga perfect? Patanjali doesn't give theory. It gives, there's one word, one book, you may have heard it, I hope. Begins with B. Yeah. Bhagavad Gita has 12 chapters, 18 chapters. All are speaking about yoga. So Bhagavad Gita, if you chapter 1, Arjuna Vishad Yoga, then Karma, second and three. And then we have Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga. It goes on. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of yoga. One of my cousins went, he said that he wants to learn to become a yoga teacher. Yoga teacher, he's training to be. And his yoga teacher told him, first thing is you read Bhagavad Gita, understand yoga. The proper aim of yoga is this. So, religion and yoga have the same meaning. The purpose of yoga, now this asana and all that we do, that is a part of it, but if you go all the way, because no one is, they just want to get healthy, no one wants to get liberated. But if you follow the whole process, it comes to samadhi. There are 8 steps, Ashtanga yoga. Starts with asana, pranayama, yam, niyam, but it concludes in liberation. But no one has that knowledge. They'll open a yoga studio and people are jumping and moving. But what is the real purpose that is given in Shastra? They're not looking at that. So yoga, religion have the same meaning, which is connecting to God. Bhagavad Gita is aiming to reconnect the jiva to God, to Krishna. Arjuna was disconnected. He heard Gita, he became connected. What did he say? Nashta moho, my illusion is gone, Krishna. Smriti labdho, I got my memory. Karishya vachanam, I'll say, do what you say. So the topmost yoga is given in Bhagavad Gita, that is known as Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is what we teach, and at the end we're going to just do a session of meditation. We'll all try it out, okay? So Bhakti Yoga is mentioned in Gita as the topmost. For us to be happy, we have to reconnect to God. Happiness means we have to come back to a spiritual level. On material level, you cannot be happy. If you take a fish out of water, fish cannot be happy. And if you say this fish is not happy, let me give good food, give a good accommodation, good job. He's not happy. But when the fish goes back in water, that's my home, I'm happy. That is where he's meant to be. We are souls, souls are spiritual, souls are meant to be in spiritual activity. We are meant to be engaged in spirit. And if we don't do that, whatever material adjustment we make won't work. Nothing wrong with material things. We don't have to change our situation, whatever you're doing, do it. But the happiness will not come there. We have to. So the system to reconnect to God is given in the Vedas. It's different in each age, yuga, if I use that word. Okay, it's clearly given in Shastra. Now let's look at this. This is our final topic. We're going to speak about the yuga cycles. Now someone will tell me what is the first yuga? Second? Third? Third? Fourth? Okay, good. All right, so you know, we have this idea. So this is still not forgotten. Many things are not known now. So these are the yugas. Each yuga, you can see the time period. Okay, these are their duration. This is all in the Mahabharata. Some is given in different parts of Vedas. We are now in Kali Yuga. How do we know? Because Bhagavatam explained that when Krishna left, Krishna Swadhama Bhagate, Dharma Jnana Adivisa, Kalau Nashta Dashamesha, Purana Kudunodita. When Krishna left, Kali Yuga started, and they calculated that by reading in Mahabharata, there were different comets, eclipses. So they went back and got exact date of some 5,200 years, one scientist. We have 427,000 years left Kali Yuga. If you notice, the Kali Yuga, that age, Dwapar is double of that, exactly. Treta is triple. Satya is 4 times. And the durations are shorter as you go. So in each yuga, there is something called yuga dharma. How do we get liberation? How do we come to God? How do we become purified? The Vedas give all this. It says that in each yuga, you have to follow this or that system. It's very clear, nothing is empty. Now, it's given in Shastra. We're going to look at it. Okay? Before we look at the verse, this is the summary. That in Satya Yuga, it was dhyana, meditation. You can see the top left picture. Then Treta Yuga was home, yajna. Although these methods are remaining even now, but they are not so effective for that particular age. Now is Kali Yuga. Dwapar Yuga was temple. Many great temples here, South India, all over India. Kali Yuga is supposed to be Harinam, Sankirtan. So let's look at the shloka coming in Srimad Bhagavatam. It will come in many places. So it says, Kritya Dhyaito Vishnu, Tretayam Yajantumakhe, Dwapare Paricharyayam, Kalotat Harikitana. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifice, Dwapar Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting Kalotat Hari Kirtan. Hari Kirtan. Now I wrote Hare Krishna. So how is that? We look at how this Hare Krishna mantra came. You see what we wrote here, science of God. This is an important point. If someone's going to speak about God, even within Sanatana Dharma, they have to quote shlokas. Anyone will say anything. Now there are so many societies claiming that we are Sanatani and all this, but we have to follow the shlokas and the teaching. Then it's bona fide, it's pramanic. So yuga, we spoke about yuga dharma. In every yuga, there is a dharma. But there's another concept, yuga avatar. The yuga dharma is brought by yuga avatar. Now, to make this not so long, I'm not going to quote Satya, Treta, Dwapar. Who's the yuga avatar? It's given in Bhagavatam. But I'm looking at Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, Bhagavatam explained, in the age of Kali, intelligent, that is given, Sumedashaha. Those who are intelligent perform congregational chanting, which is Sankirtan, to worship the incarnation of God who constantly sings names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, because Krishna is blackish, but this time he'll come as a golden color. He is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, companions. So now this picture is a painting that 500 years ago a personality appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People don't know about him. There's a reason why they don't know. He was known as Channa Avatar. He was hidden. Because in Kali, many people are against God and they don't want to know about God. So he came as a devotee, as a himself as a devotee, bhakt. But if we analyze and study, 500 years ago he appeared. He described he was golden colored. He didn't come alone. He came with associates. So it matched 100%. But now I'm going to just to show you 3-4 verses in Shastra explaining about this personality, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's known as Gora Avatar because he had a golden complexion. He was Krishna, but Krishna is blackish. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Akrishnam, it's written. He came, but not with this time, came in golden form. So he appeared with 5 personalities. They were known as Panchatattva. Now I'm going to show you 4 shlokas in Shastra explaining about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, describing him. Okay, let's look at first Garuda Purana. Garuda Purana explains, Aham Purno Bhavishyami Yuga Sandhya Visheshata Mayapure Navadvipe Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta. In the first part of Kali Yuga, I will appear in my complete spiritual form in Mayapur. Navadvip will become the son of Shachi. There's a place called Mayapur. It's in Navadvip. Exactly, it's mentioned in Garuda Purana. And his mother was Shachi. That was also given. Next. Kale Pratama Sandhyayam Lakshmi Kanto Bhavishyati Daru Brahman Samipatha Sannyasi Gora Vigraha. In the first part of Kali Yuga, the Lord, Supreme Lord in golden complexion, will become the husband of Lakshmi. He married Lakshmi Priya, another. It was Lakshmi incarnated. He was incarnation, she also came. Then he will become a sannyasi and reside near Lord Jagannath. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at some point he took sannyas. He moved from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri. And even now in Jagannath Puri, everyone knows many marks and his memories there. Another verse. I'll just read the translation. This is from Narad Purana. O Brahmana, it's a conversation between 2 people. I will deliver all the world. Vishnu is speaking to Narad Muni. I will deliver all the worlds, concealing myself in the form of a devotee of the Lord in Kali Yuga. O demigods, please advent on earth as devotees in Kali Yuga to inaugurate Sankirtan. I will incarnate as the son of Shachi. So his mother was Shachi. That was the name. And when he appeared, Devatas appeared, and it was a movement. But no one knows, no one knew about it, even though it happened 500 years ago. Because it was hidden. Because in Kali, people are envious. After he left, these verses started coming out, everyone realized, and then he brought this Hare Krishna mantra, which we are chanting. Okay, last quote here. This is Mayapur. Here is the headquarters of ISKCON. Actually, we are planning a trip here in May, 7th of May. It's the world headquarters of ISKCON. People from all over the world are here. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here. Somewhere here you see a big temple. It's not such a clear picture. Here, in this shloka in Madhya Purana, Mundo Gora Sudhir Ganga, Tri Shota Stira Sambhava, Dayalo Kirtana Grahi, Vishami Kalo Yuge. Translation. In age of Kali, I will be golden in color. I will be tall and will have a shaven head. Mundo Gora Sudhir Ganga. The place where I take birth will be meeting point of 3 rivers. I will be very merciful. I will keenly engage in chanting holy names. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared here. Look at this. 3 shrotas, 3 rivers. 1, 2. This is Ganga at the bottom. 2 rivers, Jalangi, Bhagirathi, come together and form Ganga. So he took birth at that junction. That place is marked. This was all given in Shastra. So I'm speaking about that in Shastra it says, to get liberation, we have to follow the Yuga avatar. He'll bring the Yuga Dharma. And when we follow that, we get to resolve. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he was chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. So he said, by chanting this, one will become pure and will advance spiritually. And he will get the Sukriti, he'll be able to understand spiritual topics. Even if we have bad habits, we have very disturbed mind, we'll become peaceful, we'll be able to advance. It's a very powerful mantra, therefore it's known as Mahamantra. However, now I'm going to show you separately quotes showing showing this Hare Krishna mantra. Okay, I'll show you some verses where it's mentioned. Okay, so this is given in Kali Santaran Upanishad. Krishna, it comes in Krishna Yajur Veda. Okay, so this mantra comes here that we are chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodasham Kam Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nata Paratarupai Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. It's written, these 16 names will destroy all inauspiciousness of Kali Yuga. Effect of Kali will go and someone is chanting this. Then it says, Nata Paratara Upai Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. That there is no other way given in the Vedas to be liberated in Kali Yuga. So this mantra came from here. We didn't manufacture it. We didn't make it up. It is in Shastra. It says that in Kali we should chant, so we are chanting. Some people say that is the ISKCON mantra. ISKCON people chanting that. Hare Krishna people. Actually, we should all be Hare Krishna people. Okay, another slok that explains about chanting. Bruhan Naradiya Puran. Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalau Nasyeva Kathi Anyatha. In this age of Kali, this is, it says, Kalau Nasti, third line. It means in this age of Kali, there is no other way. Nastyeva, then for deliverance, for self-realization, then chant the holy name of Lord. Hare Nama. Now, someone asked a question. I was sitting in the class to one senior sannyasi. Why are they repeating 3 times everything? They're repeating here Hare Nama 3 times. Chant holy name. Then there's no other way. Then the sannyasi said, it's because in Kali, they'll take time to understand, or they'll not accept. So when someone takes time, you shout or you repeat it. Listen what I'm saying, then you repeat. So in this way, even Shastra is saying that this Hare Nama is the way for deliverance. And it says, Kalau Nastyeva. There is no other way. If you think, no, I'll do dhyan, but look at us, look at our situation. How can we do dhyan? First of all, we have to find a quiet place. Where is it? Here we hear this noise here. And if I put that off, then the traffic, then someone is shouting in the corridor. For dhyan, it's very difficult. Supposing you find a quiet place, alone, you're sitting, you close your eyes, I guarantee you'll fall asleep. This is our position. We have less sleep, Kali Yuga, less food, we have problems. You cannot do it. If you say, no, we'll do temple worship, we'll do puja, we'll become self-realized. Actually, to do puja, we need Shuddha Jal. The water should be pure. It should come from flowing river. Number one, it should come from rain. Okay, no, then flowing river. Where's the river? Okay, there's a flowing river, but next to there's a slaughterhouse. They put in all the blood. Or people are, then the gutter and the river are the same way. You know, any river, the canal, the gutter, they're releasing the waste. So actually, strictly speaking, proper temple worship cannot go like it was before. Dhyan also. If you say, no, we'll do Homa, you can do Homa and get self-realized. For that, you need ghee. I'm asking you, where is ghee now? In this planet, You may say, no, I'll get ghee from the shop. What we are getting written, ghee, not ghee. We know that. I don't have to tell you. Ghee is not available. How will you do the home? And then you have to find the proper qualified people. Qualified people who will do it. Who are required. So actually, we can really seriously not practice proper system. Except this, we sit and chant holy name. The benefit of this is you chant loudly and hear it. I don't need quiet place. I can just chant. Oh, I can sing. This is the mantra. Everyone repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Ram Ram Hare Hare. Now this even a small child can do, isn't it? Small child can chant, can sing in kirtan and become purified. Spiritual life will start. So there are two ways to chant this mantra. Kirtan and japa. Japa means when we chant a mantra silently to ourselves. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So I can hear, not that everyone will hear. Okay, so for japa, how we chant? We have a mala. This mala has 108 beads. So on each mala we teach. This was taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Krishna descended himself, he said the Yuga Dharma, that it should be followed. One strange thing now that may think that, okay, this is Yuga Dharma, why don't we know about it? Actually, this was only restricted to Bengal. Then slowly it was predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, Prithvi Tiyache Yata Nagaradigram, Sarvatra Prachar Bhavi Moran. This mantra will go all over the world. Then people are wondering, how will that happen? It's not even all over India, it's only in Bengal. How is it possible that an Indian mantra will go and everyone will chant? It's written in Shastra, but it happened. Prabhupada came, when he went, his guru told him, go to the west, spread this mantra, establish. He established 108 centers all over the world. Russians, Chinese, we have centers all over the world. Since Prabhupada's time, now there are 800 centers. And it's expanding very fast. And it is officially the most popular meditation and second fastest growing religion. You know the fastest growing. This is second, but who knows, will it become first even? Possible. So anyway, we are not competing. We are just saying that this movement spread very fast. This is the way to chant on the mala. Chant it on beats. Okay, we'll all try this, whoever wants. And we chant fixed number of rounds every day. For example, we'll chant one mala, that takes 7 minutes. Some will say we'll chant 4 or 5. We have to chant a fixed amount. Generally, minimum is 16. What is the effect? Effect is awaken love for God, attraction to God, and become purified. What are the side effects? Mind control, peacefulness, self-control. That is all going to happen. Even health. Because what happens is we become more spiritualized. And who does it work on? Anybody. Who will get burned by fire? Everyone. Even if you don't know what is fire. So this is the effect. Side effect, happiness, control, mind and sense. Anyone can chant in any place, anytime, no restriction. Chant morning, night. Even sometimes it's best to take bath. Even if you don't, just wash your hand, take up the mala and chant. It's Kali Yuga. There are no rules. If we put rules, then no one will chant. Anyway, no one will be easily inclined for spiritual activity. This is all given in Shastra, what I'm saying. So this is japa. Another way to do chant is kirtan. We sing loudly. Some of you were here in the beginning, we were doing kirtan. One person will sing, other will repeat in a certain rag. And even actually the rags are according to time of day. More people, the better. The more Sankirtan, Sangha, more people come, the potency is very powerful. So when we sit there, it's like we took bath in Ganga. It will be sitting, we chant loudly. Wherever you are becomes a tirtha, holy place, we become purified. Anybody can come in a group and chant. And we have these centers where anyone can come and join us and get benefit. So in Kali Yuga, Kirtan must accompany any event for it to be successful. Even if say we're doing Bhumi Puja. We do Bhumi Puja in ISKCON, but we must chant Hare Krishna there. We'll do Samskar, the different Samskars are there. And we'll do Arati, Puja, but we must chant Hare Krishna in every event, or it's not a success. Okay, so these are different ways of chanting Hare Krishna, and you can also chant. Who doesn't want to chant? You all want to chant. Okay, can bring the beats. We're going to try it out. I'll give you the mala. We'll chant one round together. Then it's up to you. You have theory and practicability in your college. So this is mala is made of neem. There are 108 beads. If you see, okay, I'll not speak till everyone gets the mala. Someone quickly help us. There are many people. Just take a bundle and bunch. Can you just give me my job? White paper. Okay, now you're holding the mala in your hand. So don't worry, anyone can hold it, anyone can chant. You know, some might say, I eat this, I eat that. It's not a consideration. Anybody can hold and chant. Okay, now you can see the mala is like this. And this is the head, this is called the head bead, Krishna bead. So put that in the middle. With the mala, we don't use this finger. We only use these fingers. Okay, so everyone can do this. When you're ready, we'll start. Okay? Okay, now, everyone has the bead. Okay, one first. What happens? Each one bead, we chant the full mantra. This mantra you can see, it's on the screen. Each one bead, we chant the mantra. We have to chant in such a way that our mind is nothing else. Even if something comes in the mind, take it away, and just what you should do, concentrate on the sound. Just hear the sound. This is how we control. This vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra is not a material vibration. It's a spiritual vibration. It will purify you. In Vedanta Sutra it says, Anavriti Shabda. Liberation will come by sound. By sound, this universe began. By sound, we will end the material existence and become spiritual. Okay, so each one bead we chant the full mantra. But if you look on the screen, before we chant even one round, we'll chant one mantra here. That mantra is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna's avatar, and his associate. Because if we take their name, they will assist us to be pure and to avoid any offense in aparadha. We'll chant only one time, this left side. Then we'll chant the Hare Krishna mantra, all of us together, each beat. Okay, as I mentioned, when you chant, you have to chant nice and loud, not shouting, but like this voice, this much. And chant each name clearly, then the potency will come. Okay, now the first one you can repeat after me, then we'll say the second. Just this first mantra, we won't count the beat. Okay, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura, Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, all together let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare. Next beat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,